It's always been a dream of mine to explore the universe. So what if I could? Imagine I could go anywhere and see anything. In this magical way, I can. 3, 2, 1.
Our innermost fears and twisted curiosity, as it seems, will arrive at one of two conclusions. We are the leery prey of the shadows, or we stalk the prey with them.
The odd intruder gradually clambers down onto the floor by moving fixtures and fittings. She climbs down in an odd and eerie fashion. The weird woman then urinates in Joe's sink before opening his fridge and taking a big gulp from a carton. She continues to steal and eat food while seemingly watching TV. Halfway through the footage, the woman abruptly scurries across the screen as Joe, woken from his sleep, wanders into the kitchen to take some food for himself. Upon his departure, the mystery woman emerges back into the frame to help herself to more morsels and meals. She then leaves the kitchen via the same route she entered, climbing upon the table before making her eventual exit. In footage captured the following morning, Joe can be seen swigging from the same carton as his brash burglar. According to the uploader, the woman was homeless and had been living secretly in his apartment for at least a couple of weeks, residing in the cramped quarters from which she crawled out of. Once Cummings viewed the CCTV footage, he contacted police and the woman was arrested.
A rear dash camera catches a jogger running on Putney Bridge in southwest London. A 33-year-old woman can be seen walking along the bridge in the opposite direction, minding her own business. Without warning, the jogger violently shoves the woman into the path of an oncoming double-decker bus. Luckily, the driver is able to swerve to a stop in time to avoid hitting her. Thankfully, the woman only received minor injuries, but the jogger simply continued his run without stopping. He was caught on CCTV camera in the bus as he passed, but the man has never been identified or captured by police. The woman says that she didn't recognize the man and has no idea why he targeted her in such a violent way.
In October 2017, mother of three Rochelle Haig posted CCTV footage on social media in order to alert other parents to a strange man in her neighborhood. The woman, from the UK city of Manchester, was sitting at home while her three children played on their garden trampoline. At around 2 p.m., a mysterious man in a white van stopped in front of their home, allegedly offering donuts to lure the children into his vehicle. In the footage, the eldest child, 8-year-old Sadie, is seen taking her 6-year-old and 2-year-old siblings inside the home. When their mother came out to confront the driver, he quickly sped away in order to avoid being caught. When speaking to reporters, Haig said, "It was absolutely scary to watch, but I'm so proud of my Sadie for acting fast in this footage." She also claimed, "When I approached this man, he acted weird and asked me if my kids wanted some donuts, then drove off." The incident is still under investigation, and the culprit is yet to be found.
The disappearance of Emma Philippoff of British Columbia, Canada has mystified police and independent investigators for years. The case unfolds as a true unsolved mystery caught on camera. On November 20th, 2012, Emma Philippoff was spotted on CCTV at the Victoria, British Columbia YMCA, signing up for a membership. Her behavior was strange, to say the least. Emma exits and re-enters the building 6 times within minutes, each time staring out at the parking lot as if checking for someone who might be following her or lurking around waiting outside for her. On the early morning of November 27th, Emma went into a nearby 7-Eleven convenience store. She purchased the $200 prepaid credit card and left. That same night, Emma returned to the convenience store and purchased a prepaid cellular phone, called a burner phone by some because of the ease with which the phone can be used anonymously and then trashed. This was especially odd since Emma had never purchased or owned a phone like this before. Once again, Emma can be seen on CCTV acting strangely. Before leaving, she continuously peers out the window of the convenience store, as if checking for someone who might be following her or waiting outside. She left the store and was walking along the street when she was spotted by Dennis Quay, an acquaintance who had met Emma once before.
So I walked up to her, I'm like, "Emma, are you okay? Like, are you looking for someone? Is someone following you? Like, what's happening?"
Quay said that Emma was acting odd and suspicious, constantly looking around her as if she feared someone were following her. Concerned for her safety, Quay called the police. When the police arrived to question Emma, they asked her if she was okay. She said yes. They asked if she was upset or depressed, but she replied that she was just fine. So the police let her go on her way. This was the last time Emma Filipoff was ever seen. Weeks later, a man was caught on CCTV walking into a Vancouver clothing store. Crumbled up in his hand, he had a missing poster of Emma Filipoff that he had ripped down from a wall. He was very angry and agitated and told the shopkeeper that Emma was his girlfriend and that she just wanted to be left alone. The man left the clothing store, and the police were never able to find him again for further questioning. John Lang. At first glance, the story of John Lang seems like that of a tragic paranoid schizophrenic. John Lang believed that the Fresno, California Police Department was, quote, out to get him. He said that they were investigating him after he had posted articles criticizing the police department on local newspaper sites, including suggesting that the Fresno police were targeting the poor by illegally scanning license plates of parked cars in lower-income neighborhoods, and then pulling them over a few blocks away under the guise of a normal police stop. John Lang also made outlandish claims that the Fresno police were harassing him, following him, and even trying to sneak into his house to plant criminal evidence. John kept a journal that contained even more preposterous accusations. Now, all of these claims definitely seem like the paranoid ramblings of a tragically delusional man. But here's where the story gets truly bizarre. John Lang believed that the Fresno police were monitoring his house, so he set up a CCTV camera to record the street outside his home. The result was some very strange, unexplained incidents caught on camera. John caught footage of strangers stopping their car along his street, then walking along in front of his house for seemingly no reason, and then just leaving. There were vans with government plates who seemed to inexplicably be staking out his house. And after John Lang had become fed up with what he believed to be harassment by the Fresno police, he filed an internal affairs complaint against the local law enforcement. That night, he received a strange visit from 3 Fresno police cruisers, who simply parked outside his home. Multiple officers then got out of their cars and basically just stood around on the opposite side of the street, staring at his house. But most bizarre of all is this clip caught by John Lang's CCTV camera. A black van full of men pull up and park on the opposite side of the street. The van's side door opens and one of the men begins filming John Lang's house with some sort of elaborate camera setup. Some have argued that this camera is a thermal imaging camera, the type that can see heat signatures through walls and can be used to determine if a person is inside. Others say that the rig is simply an elaborate DSLR filming setup. But the question remains, why are these men parked in front of John Lang's house in this nondescript van, and why are they filming with this elaborate camera system? Some have even suggested that the man in the front seat who is talking on a cell phone might be reporting their findings back to some third party. On January 14th, John Lang began making posts on Facebook, telling people that he believed the Fresno police planned to kill him. On January 16th, he posted yet another warning. And finally, another post, asking that anyone who owned a gun please come stay with him for the night, as he believed, quote, the bad guys were coming for him. 4 days later, John Lang was dead. He had been stabbed multiple times inside his house, and the house itself had been set on fire. At first, the Fresno Police Public Information Officer announced that John Lang was killed by stab wounds, which included being stabbed multiple times in the back. Later, the Fresno Police denied this statement. Fresno Police claimed that John Lang had taken his own life, that he had set his own house on fire, and that he had then stabbed himself multiple times. Many people still don't believe the Fresno Police's version of the events leading to John Lang's death. True, Lang was possibly delusional and definitely paranoid, but as the old saying goes, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean that they're not after you.
That's enough. This behavior, we're miles beyond a glitch here.
Now, who's the dummy?